remember there was a time when there were children with positive tox screens, babies rather, being held in hospitals, great numbers of them, and got the name border babies, which I guess the media gave them at the time. How many people remember that? Yeah, yeah, not so long. We're moving into like recent history, right? You were very active in writing and speaking up about border babies. What do you remember?
The woman
what was going on?
Who started the ABC, with what's the name of that?
Gretchen.
Yeah, but there's that child care center, something Castle, Cassidy's. Mary Katz. Yeah, she was very involved in that. And she was very involved in this border baby. And I honestly can't remember. Who asked me? I wrote this paper about why it wasn't a great idea to keep babies in the hospital as border babies. And so the research had to do with the whole issue of attachment and separation. I don't remember, I remember writing it.
I remember reading it and being very affected by it.
Oh, and I remember Lucy was the dean, Lucy Burroughs, and she said, I'll pay you in computer. Oh, okay. So instead of money, I got a computer, which was like this big, you know? So that started me out. And I don't think I wrote it on a computer. I don't remember. But yes, I was very moved by that because it meant that there were these infants in situations that were not helpful for them. So, but what happened? I don't think they keep babies in the hospital anymore. But it was Gretchen. Gretchen. Was her last name? Right. Gretchen Beckenholz, right.
So
She was very effective.
you were really known as the hello and goodbye lady.
I didn't know that. But
separation and attachment. I mean, I'm sure that's why you were asked to write that piece. And over a period of maybe 12 years, you wrote 3 books.
No, it's one.
It's one book, but you have 3 versions of it.
Well, the first book was called Starting School. It was my dissertation. I can't help it. People come in that I know, and I have to say hello. You know. Yeah. When that dissertation was finished, and it's sweat and tears, I want you to know, sweat and tears. Dorothy Gross read it, and she said to me, "This is publishable." I said, "It is?" So I figured, well, she knows a lot. So I took it to the Teachers College Press, and so it got published, called Starting School. And then Teachers College Press they sell rights, you know, they sold it to New American Library for, what was the other title? Whatever. And it came out in paperback. Whatever. So it was the same.
From separation to independence.
Whatever. And then, a few years ago, they wanted a new edition. So I, revised it or whatever you do, and they gave it the new title called Everyday Goodbyes, which I like much better than Starting School because there was also a big focus on babies, and I don't want people to think babies go to school. Okay.
Right. Well, it's, as many people know here, it's had a tremendous effect on the field and really help people reconceptualize things that they took for granted about you just start school. Well, you don't just start school. You have to think about it. So,
Can I interrupt?
yeah, please.
It was sort of inspired. It wasn't Nora, I think it was Joan, who came home. Was it Joan? Was Willie in her class? She came home and said, the teacher put Willie in the closet because he was crying for his mother. Yeah. So in the front of my book is that little anecdote, because that did inspire me. You did what? Yeah.
So at Bank Street, you have spent much of your time teaching O&R and environments for infants and toddlers and a whole range of classes, but you've consistently been an advisor. And from knowing you, I know that was your favorite part.
That was my favorite part.
Big secret. Okay. And so help us understand what it meant to you, how it fueled you intellectually and emotionally, and what you think people got out of it.
Oh, my life.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. That's such a big question.